If you're thinking about moving and you want to learn about what everyday life is going to be like in your new town, this is the place for you. On Open House, we sit down with local, top producing real estate agents to help you find the best places to live in DC, Maryland, and Virginia. So if you don't want buyer's remorse and you want to find your dream town, we are here for you. So go ahead and book a free call with us and we'll help guide you to the area that is right for you. Now, let's jump in and learn about your new home.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Open House. My name is Zach, and today we are going to be talking with Larry Shivers about Newport News, Virginia. We're super excited. We're going to be talking about everything from entertainment to homes. So Larry, thanks for coming on the show today. I want to ask you about your career in real estate and what you love about Newport News overall.
Okay, yep. I started in real estate in 2002. As a way to subsidize my income. I was active duty at that time, and I felt like there was something more that I can do, with my afternoons and everything. And so I looked into actually flipping houses and everything, and I said, well, that's all and well, but I really want to know what it is that I'm doing. So at that point, I decided to go ahead and get my license as a realtor, because not only did I want to purchase homes for myself, but I wanted to help out my friends and future customers and everything, because not only did I enjoy real estate as a part of my life, I enjoy helping people. So that's kind of my reason for starting and getting into real estate. I'm actually in my 20th year right now. So this is my 20th year anniversary, just went by in May. This is a great area. We have homes here from condos, townhomes to mansions, so it's, there's something here for everyone. And that's what I love about being here in this area and doing real estate in this area.
Sweet. Well, that's good to know. I'm excited to kind of dive into that a little bit and see what it would be like to live there. So one of the first things people want to know when they're thinking about moving somewhere is how big it is. So what's the population of Newport News and what's the overall feel?
Well, the population in Newport News itself is we're around 180,000 or so. This area is known as the Seven Cities. We have 7 cities in this area, which encompasses about a little over 1.2 million people total. That includes Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Hampton, Portsmouth, Suffolk, and that's the Smithfield areas. But Newport News, personally, it's about 180 to 200,000.
Gotcha. Would you say it's more city or suburban?
I would say it's a happy medium. It's I look at Newport News as it's slow if you want it to be slow. It's fast if you want it to be fast. You could live downtown Newport News, which at the city center, which kind of gives you a northern feel. Like if you're interested or you're familiar with brownstones and things like that up north. There's tons and tons of suburban areas where we have, great 4-bedroom, 5-bedroom homes and newer, nicer neighborhoods. We also have a rich history in this area. And so there are a lot of established neighborhoods with equally as nice homes. So you kind of get pretty much anything you want in this area.
Cool. I know people like an area with a lot of flexibility and diversity.
There's a lot here.
Yeah. Well, that's good to know. What about the median home price? You mentioned how there's anything from townhomes to large single family homes. What's the median home price there?
Yeah, so the median home price is around 200,000, and shopping right now at that price range, you can get a nice home in a nice area. We're talking maybe 3-bedroom, anywhere from 15 to 2,000 square feet. home for around 200,000 or so. If you go up closer to maybe 300, 350, then we're talking maybe 4 bedrooms, 5 bedrooms, nicer area, nicer neighborhood, you know, closer to shopping centers and things like that. If you go below that, if you're condo living or townhome living, you know, that those price out at about 100, anywhere from 150 to 220,000, depending on, you know, what type of townhome condo you want. If you want 2 bedroom, 2 bath, or 3 bedroom, 2.5 bath, something like that, they'll be in the higher range around 180 to 220, 240. If you're looking for 2 bedrooms, 2 bath, then, you know, you may be down in the 150s range. And there are even some condos where you can get maybe 2 bedroom and 1 bath, and you be in the 80 to 100,000.
Wow.
So the range is there for every type of home shopper.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So with those less expensive condos, can you find those closer to the downtown area, or where are those going to be?
They would be, you can find them just about anywhere. We have a lot of suburban area here in Newport News. They're building a lot of new condos out in the outer area. But in the closer areas, so closer to like the city area, Newport News City Center, that you can find condos around the, you know, anywhere from 60, 75 to 100,000 range. Those will be your lower end, maybe 2 bedrooms, 2 bath, 2 bedroom, 1 bath. But depending, if you're looking for something a little bigger, then there are 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom condos that are pricing out around 250 or so. And those, you know, you can find those in downtown in the city center, or you can find those out in the suburban areas. You know, it depends on, you know, what you're looking for and where. They don't really, there's nothing really concentrated here in this area. You can find pretty much everything that's available pretty much anywhere, the whole span of Newport News.
Cool. A lot of flexibility.
A lot of flexibility.
That's good.
Yeah.
So what about economics? I mean, you got to work to pay the bills, right? So what are people doing for work typically in Newport News, and where do they go to do that?
Well, this area is, there's a lot of military here in the area. We have, you know, Army, Navy bases, Marine bases, Air Force bases, you name it. We've got them all. Coast Guard, we've got Army National Guard, Air National Guard. So there's a lot of military clientele here that that compromises a lot of this area. But if you're not in the military, then there's businesses here. You know, I know a lot of people personally that are into like business administration. There's a lot of colleges here, and I know a lot of college professors. There's different things that you can do on those college campuses, whether it be anywhere from, you know, security guard, police officers, security officers, school teachers. So it's pretty much, this area comprises of a lot of different professionals, professional, what's the word I'm looking for? Whatever your expertise is, there's a lot of it here. A lot of schools here, a lot of military, IT. There's a lot of IT jobs here. We have Amazon, we have the post office, we have which one is the Brown, you know what I'm talking about. A lot of delivery services.
I can't think of it.
Yeah, but there's a lot of delivery services here, so there's tons of ways to make money here.
Cool.
And the jobs, we don't have a problem here with, as far as the job market. You know, if you want a job, you can get a job here. It's not hard to do.
Good to know.
So economics are good. I don't see anyone, you know, as far as, you know, that is looking for a job, that really wants a job, that has a hard time finding one.
Yeah, that's a good assurance for people, because there's other places where it's pretty tough for a lot of different reasons. So
yeah, it's not here. It's everything here is open. Whatever your profession is, you can find it here, and you can get employment.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Well, and you've mentioned schools quite a few times in some of the other topics. So let's talk about those. Like, what are some of the top public high schools that people, want to keep their eye on? And then what other offerings are there for education?
We have very good high schools here. Our athletics program here is really high. We have a lot of athletes that come out of this area, whether it be like Warwick High School. Michael Vick attended Warwick High School there. We have Bethel High School, which Allen Iverson attended that school and graduated from there. We have Ronald Carey that was at Hampton High School. Hampton High is very close to Newport News, so I kind of like encompass that in with it and everything. But then there's Minchfield High School, which has a very high rating. You can probably find them on the national scale as far as education goes. So the high schools here are very, very good, and their surrounding cities have great ratings as well. But yeah, we have a very good high school system here in this area, and a lot of kids that graduate high school here end up attending the local colleges here. We have Hampton University, we have Christopher Newport University, James Madison. There's quite a few colleges here that are on a national level that people really enjoy. We have a lot of schools here. Hampton U has quite a few PhD programs. Christopher Newport does as well. So there's a lot of educational opportunities here. Colleges, high school, and as well as college.
Cool. Well, those are a lot of good names for people to look out for and kind of research on their own. So thanks for telling us about those. What about entertainment? Because when you are not working and you're not at school, you obviously have a little bit of free time. What do families typically do for fun in Newport News?
Well, as far as family, Newport News is located right next to Williamsburg, and Williamsburg, you have Jamestown, the old settlement. You actually go there, and everything's set up like it was back in the settlement days when the Europeans first came over from Britain, from England, and settled Jamestown. They actually walking around in the actual clothes and everything every day, like it's the whole city back in the 1600s. So wow. That's a great place to entertain on the weekends. They have the glass blowing classes and basket weaving. I mean, things that they did back in the day. They have a Boston Tea Party reenactment that they do on the weekends. Then there's right next to the old town Williamsburg or Jamestown is Busch Gardens, and Busch Gardens is one of the it was one of the most beautiful theme parks in the United States. It's been named several times one of those beautiful theme parks in the United States. Awesome roller coaster rides, tons of events and shows that they do weekly. They have major concerts there all the time. Just an awesome place to be. We also have Great Wolf Lodge here in Williamsburg, which is very close to the Newport News area. And I think we have, I'm not sure how many Great Wolf Lodges are around the United States, but the one here is highly sought after, and it sells out all the time. So, if you're not familiar with Great Wolf Lodge, it's Great Wolf Lodge. It's an indoor water park. So, and that works great for this area. So when it's cold, you go there and it's like you're indoors, and it's like you're at Miami Beach.
That's nice.
So yeah, there's a ton of entertainment here in this area for families. If you come here with your kids, they're anywhere from toddlers to 15, 16-year-olds. There's something here for everyone. The kids would love it here.
Yeah. I've heard a lot about Busch Gardens, so it's nice that's how far away is Williamsburg?
About 10 minutes.
Oh, shoot.
If you're in Newport News, depending on what part of Newport News you're leaving out of, Williamsburg is the next city over, and it's literally anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes away.
That's not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all.
So what about adults then? I mean, what do adults do for a night out if they you mentioned a downtown area, so I'm curious what's there.
We have downtown, the Newport News. They call it the city center, and you can look it up online. If you go there, there's tons of shops there. There's tons of unique restaurants, Brazilian steakhouse. There's crab houses, crab shacks there. If you love seafood, there's all kinds of bars. We have there's Mexican bars, there's Italian. I mean, the food here there's a range of food here, just about anything you can imagine. And there's a lot of it right there in the Newport News City Center. It encompasses, there's a huge fountain right there in the middle. You know, they set it off with different colors and things at night, and they have different concerts out there. They'll have live bands out playing, and there's tons of people just walking around the fountain and visiting the different shops and things like that. There's a huge movie theater down in the area. I think there's like 24 different movie theater screens at the one movie theater area there. So there's tons to do. There's huge hotel, right there in the area. So I mean, it's like a one-stop shop. You can go there, check into the Marriott Hotel, which is one of the largest Marriotts we have in the area, and you can just you can park your car for the weekend, because everything you need is right there within walking distance.
That's cool.
There's plenty of entertainment. There's plenty of nightlife for adults. There's tons of clubs. There's hookah lounges. There's spoken word lounges. Just about anything you can imagine is here in the Newport News area.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm curious about the history behind the area, because you've mentioned there's a huge military influence. Is there like maybe one cool historical event that's worth mentioning, or like how Newport News got its name, or anything like that?
There's a lot of history here in the area. This is one of the areas, like I said, this is the first area where the settlers came from Jamestown, from the old Jamestown. And I forget the year it was. You have to excuse me, but this is one of the first areas in the United States that was settled from the new land, for the new land.
That's cool.
Here from England.
Isn't there a huge naval base nearby?
Norfolk Naval Base is the largest naval base in the world, actually. That's right there in Norfolk. That's about 15-20 miles away. Most of the country's carriers are housed right there in Norfolk Naval Base. I think we have about 9 or 10 carriers that are housed there on the East Coast. There's like 2 or 3 down in Florida, but most of the aircraft carriers and the amphibious assault carriers are housed right here at Norfolk at the Naval Base.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's really cool. What about events? So are there any like super special, unique local events that you guys do? Anything that you do for holidays that's worth mentioning?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, there's an event going on right now that's been going on for the past month and a half at Busch Gardens called Halloween. They set up a bunch of like mega haunted houses at Busch Gardens, and you can use, if you have your season pass, or if you have any of your normal passes or whatever, any entrance that you have in the Busch Gardens will get you into those haunted houses that you can enjoy during the Halloween season.
Oh, cool.
And that's a huge event. We get people from all around the country that come to Busch Gardens to go to Halloween, because the haunted houses here are like the best in the country. Now, once Halloween is over, then Busch Garden kind of shuts down, because it gets kind of a little cool, so you can't really get on any roller coasters. It's kind of getting too cold for that. But what they do is they set up Christmas Town, and the whole theme park is set up as a giant Christmas little Christmas city. I mean, Santa
Yeah.
Claus is there. Everything's, guys did Christmas lights and, events and things that are going on throughout the season, all the way up into January, all the way up into New Year's. And
Wow.
there's tons of concerts. We have a lot of famous people that come here. As a matter of fact, Mary J. Blige was here last weekend. Um, we have a jazz festival that we have in the summer. So there's tons of jazz musicians that come here for that, and the city is like flooded with people from all over the area, all over the country, and especially the local area that come here for that huge jazz festival in the summer.
And is that at Busch Gardens or is that Newport News?
That's in Newport News. Also, that's in Hampton, and they also have a set in Busch Gardens.
Cool.
There's tons of events basically year round here in this area.
Sweet.
And there's a lot of people that come here. So a lot of
fun
people,
stuff.
a lot of concerts. There's always something to do here in this area.
That sounds really cool. I knew that Busch Gardens did the Christmas Town stuff. I actually live in an area with a theme park that does similar things, but all of the Halloween stuff I didn't know about. So that's
Howl-O-Scream is huge. Yeah, I was actually thinking about going tonight, but I don't think I'm gonna make it. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be big tonight. Being Halloween.
Huh.
So,
yeah, that sounds really cool.
Oh, yeah.
One of the last things I like to cover is nature, because I think nature is important to everybody, but some people don't like being outside as much as others.
Mm-hmm.
For the people that like the outdoors and like doing stuff outside and like the water, what are some of the highlights in your area? You could mention something even within a few hours when it comes to like national or state parks, but also local stuff like waterfront and parks and things like that.
So this area is the Chesapeake Bay area. So there's water everywhere here. There's tons of water events. You can rent paddle boats, jet skis. You can actually join yacht clubs or boat clubs and rent any type of boat you want. And there's tons of water here everywhere. There's all kinds of events. Skiing in the summertime. We have the regatta. We have regatta when the jet boats come here and race the regatta here in the bay.
Cool.
Yeah, there's just tons of things to do. This place is a huge water sport area because there's water everywhere. The seafood here is outstanding. They actually go and they fish the bay area, get crabs, shrimp, lobsters right out of the water, right out of the area, local area here, and take them to the restaurants, and that's what you eat. That's what we eat here. So there's tons of water sports here. So there's no shortage of that at all. We have a lot of trails here. If you like running, outside, if you like nature trails and things of that nature, then there's tons of those trails here, that actually run along the waterfront, and off into the woods and everything, and come out back to the water and everything like that. So the scenery is awesome. We have really good golf courses here. We have several zoos. Norfolk has a really nice zoo. Richmond has a really nice zoo. So there's tons of zoos in the area. If you wanted to go out to say rent cabins, we have cabins here. Rentals, if you want to rent cabin for the weekend, some people love that. We have mountains not far up in the I guess the Blue Ridge area, which is about 3 hours away. If you want to go out to the Blue Ridge Mountains and rent a cabin for the weekend, a lot of people I know do that. There's tons of things to do here that's within a 2-3 mile radius.
Sweet.
So yeah, you don't have a shortage of entertainment in this area. That's for sure. Like I said, it's fast if you want it to be fast. It's slow if you want it to be slow. So
yeah, it does seem like there's quite a bit to do, and lot to do for all different ages and stuff. So
absolutely,
Larry, I appreciate you coming on and telling us about Newport News and overall what it's like to live there. And I think we all learned something new.
Oh yeah, well, you're very welcome.